Welcome back to Games with Hayden.
I'm Hayden. I'm Jackson.
And I'm Mark. And today, you guys, we're going to talk a little bit about cooperative games. It's our favorite genre of games. Games where you work together to accomplish a goal. And there are some really cool ones that have been coming out. Like
Shadows over Camelot.
That's a great one. What do you got, Jackson? Pandemic. And one of the latest releases is Forbidden Island. We love all three of these games. They're all great. And there's just something about a cooperative game that just is awesome to me. There's a guy, his name is Reiner Knizia. He's published tons of games. But he said, when playing a game, the goal is to win. But it's the goal that is important, not the winning. And I think that's true. I think that's totally true. And in a family setting, if you can have a game where your goal together is to win cooperatively, that's just so rad. It's an awesome opportunity for you guys just to bond together, to learn more about each other, and so we love it. And today's game, we've been waiting for a long time. It's a really cool game. And what is it called, Hayden?
Defenders of the Realm.
There you go, Defenders of the Realm. This is a cooperative game set in the fantasy genre. So we are super excited about this. So let's open up the box and see what we get inside. Okay guys, this box is huge, so you're gonna need a really big table. Anyways, inside the box you get
a instruction book. You get a ginormous board, and the first thing I noticed was cool toys. You get a blue dragon, you get a black undead guy, you get a red dragon guy. He's kind of on some legs, so he's half dragon, half human. Then you get a green orc guy.
Yes, and each of these guys have their own character card. So, and each of them explain their name and how much damage they can take and so forth. And then we also get a war status card that's pretty much just keeps track of where you're at in the game.
You get character cards.
Yeah, you get character cards, and then for each character you get matching little miniature guys. So very cool. Yeah. Components are awesome in this game. We also get a ton of dice, 3 in each of the colors, so blue, black, red, and green, which matches the generals. Okay, and now the generals are all in charge of
the minions.
The minions. So you get a bunch.
There's each general has the same color. So like the red general
has a bunch of red minions, right, exactly. And so then what we get is we get a whole bunch of random cardboard tokens, and then we get life tokens, so really thick, sturdy stuff. And then we get a couple decks of cards.
Darkness spreads cards. You get some quest cards, which are little.
Yeah, little mini quest cards. And then lastly, you get a ton of hero cards that just augment the game in interesting ways. And lastly, we forgot one thing. We get the land is tainted crystals, so little crystals. So components-wise, you guys, very cool. Now let's take a look and see how we play the game.
As you can see, we have got the game set it up.
We do, bud, and like I said, it's huge. It takes up our whole table. Before we get into gameplay, let's take a close-up look on some of the main components and how we set this game up. Alright, at the beginning of the game, each player chooses a character. Let's say I'll take the ranger. I then grab my little miniature guy that matches the ranger, and I place him in the very center of the board at
Monarch City.
Monarch City, right? And then also, as you can see on my character card, it has a little number there on the corner. 5. That's how many life points I have, or action points. So I take 5 of these little cardboard pieces and put it on top of them. Then we take our 4 generals and we place them on their respective spots on the board. So for instance, Sapphire, he goes right here. There's a little symbol marking his spot on the board. So he goes on the Blizzard Mountains. Then we got Gorga, the orc general. He goes all the way over here in Thorny Woods, and so forth. And remember, each one of the generals has a character card. So let's take a close-up look on each of their cards. Alright, the general cards have some flavor text explaining who they are, where they come from. Each general also has a very unique combat skill. And also you'll see a life meter right here. So we take this little sapphire chip and we place it at the beginning and we place it on the 4. That's how many hits he can take before he dies. And each general has their own special card. Now remember that each general also has an army of minions. So we lay out all of these nasty little minions on the side of the board, along with some tainted land crystals, and we are almost ready. There is one more thing we need to do before we start playing, and that is to infect the land, the realm, with all of these nasty little minions.
We do this by drawing 3 darkness red cards. 1, 2, 3. Now you place 2 minions in each of the 6 cities listed. So 2 green ones in Griffin Forest and 2 blue ones in Dragon Teeth Range, and so on. We do this again. We draw 3 more cards, then add 1 in each of the 6 cities listed.
One last thing we forgot to mention was the hero card deck. At the beginning of the game, each player is given 2 of those randomly. And here's a quick close-up look at the cards. The thing you should notice right off the bat is that they match the color of the minions, so red, green, blue, or black. And there's also some special cards in there that augment the game. But also, and more importantly, at the bottom you'll see a dice, and sometimes more than one. This will make sense later when we start to explain battling. And lastly, at the top, you'll see ways of special travel. There's Magic Gate travel, Eagle travel, Horse travel, and the like. So that's the hero cards. And then one last deck, that's the quest deck. At the beginning of the game, each player is given 1 quest card. If they complete their quest listed, then it helps them defend the realm by giving them some sort of reward.
Okay guys, the whole object of the game is to protect Monarch City and defeat all 4 generals.
That's right. That's pretty much how you beat the game. Actually, the only way to beat the game is to defeat all 4 generals. But there are
lots of ways to lose.
That's right. Lots of ways to lose. One way you can lose is if there's ever, is it 4 or 5 minions?
4 of any color minions.
Minions in Monarch City, you lose. I think it's 5. Also, you can lose
by if there's 1 general in Monarch City.
If 1 general ever comes into Monarch City, you lose
the game.
Another way you can lose is by running out of minions. If you ever run out of minions in the supply, so you run out of red minions or you run out of blue minions, you lose the game. And the last way you can lose
is if you lose all of the tainted crystals. If all of the 12 tainted crystals are on the board, you lose the game.
That's right. So tons of ways to lose the game, but only one way to win. How does a game turn work, Hayden?
A game turn works by you split it up. Morning, evening, and night.
That's right. 3 phases. Morning, evening, night. In the morning,
you get to spend your actions. As you can see, the wizard has 5 actions to use. I could spend 1 action to move 1 spot. I can move to an adjacent spot. I could go to there, but if I had a horse card, I could use an action and then go 2 spots, 1, 2. If I had an eagle card, I could discard. I could use an action to go 4 spots. But if you have a special ability, you can use it. Ooh, teleport! I can spend 1 action to go anywhere. So I am gonna go right here. I'm gonna try to battle these guys. So now since there's 2 blue guys, I get 2 blue dice, and I get 1 green die since there's 1 guy there. Now I roll them. As you can see, I got a 4, a 6, and a 1. The blue guys need a 5 or higher to kill the blue guys. The green guys are easy to kill because you need a 3 or higher to kill them. The red guys need a 4 or higher to kill them, and the black guys need a 4 or higher to kill them. So since I got a 6, 1 of those guys are dead. You keep doing this until you run out of actions.
Okay guys, fighting a general is a little bit different. Let's say we were going to fight Sapphire. If I was going to do this by myself, it would pretty much be suicide because this is where our cards come in. Remember at the beginning we showed you the little dice at the bottom? However many dice we have in blue, so since I'm fighting Sapphire, I have 1, 2, 3 dice. That's all the dice I can use to fight Sapphire. And remember, Sapphire has a life meter of 4, so there's no way I could get 4 hits on her with 3 dice. And if I fail, I have huge consequences. I will lose 3 life, and I roll a dice to see how many hero cards I lose. So it's bad news. And also remember, Sapphire takes at least a 5 on the die to be hit, to take a wound. So this person's really hard to beat. So in order to do this, we need to fight as a group.
To fight as a group, you use one action, then you add all of your blue cards together. So we added all of our cards together, and we add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. So we take 10 dice now.
And we roll them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
So anything above 5 is a hit. So Sapphire takes 4 hits.
1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We killed Sapphire.
There you go. So when somebody kills a general, they get a special ability. They are now the Dragon Slayer. So now when
since we killed Sapphire, if there's any blue, like let's say we wanted to go here, if Michael's there, he could kill that guy
without having to roll any dice.
Isn't that cool?
After you beat a general, the war status, which pretty much keeps track of where you are in the game, goes from early to mid. This will make sense in a second when we do darkness spreads at nighttime. So anyways, we just finished the first phase, which was morning. Now we move into our second phase, which is evening. Hayden, what do we do at evening time?
We draw 2 hero cards. 1, 2.
Remember, these cards are important. These are how we beat generals, so that's good. So evening is now done, and now we go to night. During the night,
the darkness spreads.
That's right, dude. But before we do that, we take a look at our war status card. If we're in early war, we only take 1 card. If we're in mid-war, we take 2, and in late war, we take 3. Since we only defeated 1 general, we are now in mid-war. So we're going to take 2 cards.
So, now we follow what this says. So we put 1 blue minion in Wolf Pass and 1 black minion in Dancing Stone, and remove the Orc General 1 spot closer to Monarch City. During Darkness Spreads, if you have to put a 4th minion, instead of adding that minion, you put a Tainted Crystal on the land. This is where it gets really bad. I add a minion to each of the surrounding places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, now there's 1 in Monarch City. When you're done with the Darkness Spreads, it's the other player's turn.
And that's pretty much how you play the game. Now there's one other aspect to this cooperative game, in that you can actually have a winner.
Yeah.
Strange, huh?
Whoever kills the most generals wins the game.
That's right. So it's cooperative. You cannot beat the generals by yourself. You need everyone else to do it. But at the end of the game, whoever has slayed the most generals is the winner. Great game. Well, you know what? Let's just tell you what we really think of it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, Defenders of the Realm is a great game. I give it a big thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But what are some of the parts that we like most about it? Jackson, what is your favorite part about the game?
Killing a blue dragon.
Killing the blue dragon. Okay, there you go. Hayden?
My favorite is that, getting all of the minions and stuff.
Getting the minions and stuff. My favorite part is that this is a game that's more than just rolling dice. It's got complex problems. It's got, compounding problems. If you don't deal with this, if you do this, there's a consequence for that. So in terms of why I like the game because my boys love it, and that it's using their brains, and that they're trying to think through complex problem solving. So for me, I give this game maybe even a 9.5 out of 10. I love this game. I love that my boys love it. I love the theme. It's just a great game. So if you have boys in your family who like fantasy, who enjoy reading Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and Fablehaven, they're going to really get into this game. So I'd encourage you guys to go check it out. And if you guys would like to watch more reviews, Hayden and Jackson, where can they go?
They can go to www.gamehayden.com.
Until next time, I'm Mark.
I'm Hayden. I'm Jackson.
We are out of here.